weekly breakdown.
Darn it! I was hoping.
Number 112. Just cut it off.
That was
like
really
a
good
circumcision.
That was some good stopping power.
It was. It's fantastic. It's plugged on.
GFMJ, that full stopping power.
Yeah.
Deep impact.
Yeah. Yeah, we're plugged on.
And stuff.
Yeah. One thing, just want to talk about quick before we get in. We're going to talk about E3, Lego Batman, a whole bunch of musical stuff, and whatever mysterious thing you have to talk about.
Yeah.
There's a new show coming to the channel this Friday. It's called the PlayStation Report. It's a show that I do with someone that's been on here a few times, Frank. He's Asian.
The sneaky Asian.
Yeah. But it's going to be on the channel. I post every Fridays. We talk about PlayStation. We talk about video games in general. It's fun. So that's something to look forward to if you're interested. Check it out every Friday.
A little expanding.
At 10? I don't know.
Little.
At 10? Oh, are you?
I record the show and that's it.
You don't do that? Yeah.
Frank just does everything.
I got that impression. Some hearing you guys talk about that. So
yeah.
Expanding content.
Yeah. It should be fun. So check that out every Friday at 10. Moving on. We saw Lego Batman. Let's talk about it.
yeah,
Why not?
Lego Batman. That's a good fucking movie.
It was
Yeah,
legitimately good movie.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing it a week late, but I was a little hesitant on seeing it. I just wasn't interested at the time. But,
A lot of good reviews.
yeah. Definitely.
It's one of the best Batman movies they've ever mid.
Once you get past the
Absolutely.
ridiculous Lego elements, absolutely yes.
It's really good. I think you said it earlier. It's one of the best. It's probably the best thing DC's done since The Dark Knight. Actually, no, there's no. It is the best thing DC's done since The Dark Knight, and it's just and yeah, it's really good.
And it touches on things that Batman movies usually don't touch on at all, ever. They just kind of sweep them aside.
It's kind of like, oh yeah, his parents die, and then and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's done. But now it's like, oh, what does that mean? And it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
the deeper impact of that.
Yeah. They really crammed a lot of shit in.
They crammed a
But
lot
they did
of
it in,
random villains in, too.
Yeah, but it's done such an awesome way. And they really only focused on a few characters, but, this literally had fucking almost every Batman character ever.
Mentioned, at least.
Yeah. And then also other characters from Warner Brothers, which is just insane. But it's right off the bat, the movie starts flying at 500 miles an hour. And, just hold on to your dicks. Because it's fun. And also, this version of Batman is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's so cocky. He always talks about his, 9-pack of abs.
Yeah.
And how he just saves the day. And it comes back in story senses.
I'm being modest. Oh, yeah. Humble. Oh, humble. Thank you.
Yeah.
Prayer hands.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was just awesome. And the amount of awesome jokes that are in this, starting off with,
not just at the shots fired.
Yeah.
A lot
of shots fired in these jokes, not just at
Marvel,
but at DC and their own standing.
It had an amazing intro to the movie, very Deadpool-like. Batman just starts talking right over top when all the studios are coming in that worked on the movie and stuff. And he's just like, DC, the hell's Batman built? Or whatever.
And I was just like, ooh, starting early.
Yeah, it's the passcode to get into his fucking
computer
his Iron Man sucks. They asked him about getting help towards the end of the movie. He's like, what, bringing criminals together to fight criminals? That's a stupid idea. It's
making fun of
Suicide Squad. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff like that. They even make reference to literally every incarnation of Batman ever.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. Even in that weird phase in the 60s, I'm like, yeah, that's a weird phase. And
in the 60s.
And they brought up because Joker's in there, and like 5 minutes into the film, they're like, my plan's gonna succeed. You mean like even like you're playing with the two boats? And I'm like, I get that. Yeah. I get it. I know that's the dark. I get it.
the shark repellent, taking a shot at the 60s.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god, it's a lot of good stuff in there.
It's awesome. It has some really different animations to it too. Like it's not your typical Pixar, DreamWorks.
I mean, it's like movie, so it's like
like it looks really cool. I thought there's some sick shots in there.
That was some pretty sick shots.
And it's
Just,
like
there was no lens flare though.
Yeah, and like seeing Batman use all of these different toys and vehicles and all kinds of shit. It's just awesome. I mean, it was an epic movie.
Yeah,
and it had a great soundtrack. You know, Batman breaks down, starts fucking beatboxing, and when he's beating the shit out of everybody in the beginning,
the
Batman theme song is so good. It's amazing.
It's the little things. Like every single time somebody shoots a gun, they go pew 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 pew. I'm like, all right, this is how this world exists.
Even when there are vehicles shooting guns, you hear pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great stuff in this whole thing, and the cast is like Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
they have Ralph Fiennes in there.
Not as not as typically Ray Fiennes. It's not Ralph Fiennes. It's Ray Fiennes. Yeah.
And then Zach Galifianakis is in there. Rosario Dawson
is Batman.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson is Barbara Gordon. There's like all kinds. Like I looked at the cast. Like Channing Tatum played somebody. I don't remember who. He was Superman.
Billy D. Williams was in as someone, but it wasn't Two-Face.
Yeah.
When he did Two-Face in that Batman movie we don't speak of.
Yeah. It's just like... Yeah.
Dark Knight Returns. That was like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
It's the best thing they've done since that.
I enjoyed this movie more than The Dark Knight Returns.
No, you're thinking of Dark Knight Rises.
Okay, never mind.
It's the best thing since that.
I'll have to
Not
see
the best
that.
thing since the
Dark
Knight Returns.
Yeah,
cartoon.
Dark Knight Returns.
I'll have to see the Dark Knight Returns.
Better than the Dark Knight, in my opinion. Sorry, that offended a lot of people out there. Heath Ledger and everything.
Well, no, there are stories better than the Dark Knight, but out of those live action movies.
Well, you have Slim Pickens.
Dark Knight's kind of a...
It's Slim Pickens. You have that, or you have Uma Thurman in there, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have ice puns all over the place, and bat nips.
Yeah, we don't talk about that movie.
It's just
we don't talk about that one.
And it sucks because like this movie's really good, but then all the stuff coming out about the Batman is like all this terrible stuff.
Yeah,
it's a shit show.
Once again, it's just DC, just constantly negative news. Like they just never have anything positive.
There's never positive. Like
fake news.
There's a lot of fake news. Like they come out and it's like Ben Affleck, he's gonna star, direct, and write.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I'm not gonna write it. And then we're gonna get somebody else to write a script. And if the script is good, and then I'm gonna direct. Well, he's not directing, so which means he doesn't think the script is good.
He's trying to get his life together, man.
And then he doesn't want to play Batman anymore. Like he's like, I'm done. After the Dark Knight, he's like, or after the Batman, he's like, apparently it's heavily rumored that he wants out. And then
I've heard that same rumor.
And then Michael Reeves, the guy who they were going, who did the Planet of the Apes,
and was going to direct the movie.
Apparently talks have fallen through. So it's like
now they have no director.
What is happening with this movie?
Do we even have a script?
I don't think so. I don't think they do. Like it's just like, oh my god. Again, yeah. There's never any good news. Like you hear good news about Marvel like all the time. Like Marvel's doing something
because they got their shit together. Absolutely.
Somebody pointed out, and it made perfect sense. It was like DC's trying to do in 2 years what Marvel did in 11.
Well,
and it makes perfect sense. It's like, yeah.
It's also that DC hasn't really found anyone like Joss Whedon to just take shit. Because like, I thought both the Avengers movie fucking sucked, but that's just my opinion. But the requirements for Joss Whedon was like, you have to connect this and bring this here and set up that. Everything had like to be set up. They haven't really found anyone that's like that's willing to take on all of that responsibility. That's why I think every director that comes in, they're like, okay, well, you're going to have to set this up because we have the Justice League, and you have to set that up, and you have to bring in this character, and people are just like, whoa, we don't want that. You know what I mean? Because in part, I think Marvel got off to, I don't want to say lucky, but they got off to a good start because Iron Man came out and wasn't bad, and the first Thor was like, they weren't complete failures. They weren't great movies. Well, the first Iron Man wasn't bad, but the first Thor...
Out of the first generation movies, I'd say Iron Man was probably the best.
Like, they weren't bad. They kind of did their job, so it's like they didn't really start off in the negative. Like, Man of Steel. Yeah, so it's like, I think they were able to find someone that's like, okay, you have a little more to work with now. So it's, I think, every director that's coming in, or every person that's like a writer that's coming in, it's like, okay, that's not what we're looking for. You're going to have to do this. And people are like, well, why'd you bring me in to write the movie? Why don't you write the movie? Because you know what you want. You know what you want it to be directed as. You know where all this shit's coming in. I'm not going to come in just to make a movie that's not mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think with Marvel's, their first phase or whatever, with their initial run of movies, like, the end goal was the Avengers. And that's just a simple goal to me, to just, like, we're going to introduce all these characters, build up a little bit, then bring them all together.
Because now the end goal is...
DC's trying to do that
reverse
in like 3 movies or whatever, but they're doing it in a way more complicated fucking way, and they're taking one of the core characters of the Justice League, which is Superman, and fucking removing him out of the situation. Maybe we'll see on that, but it's just ass backwards to me.
I honestly feel a little bit different about the whole removal of Superman. Like, I honestly would not be flummoxed at all if Superman just wasn't in Justice League. I wouldn't be flummoxed
at
all.
Nice
vocab. Get that English.
Get stuff. I'm using words correctly for once.
Yeah.
Well,
like
you think you're smart? You think you're fucking smart? Using those big words?
Yeah.
You're smart.
I'm smart. But it wouldn't bother me too much if Superman wasn't in the Justice League. I actually, especially with the way the Batman v Superman ended, I would almost rather him either like not show up to the end, or just barely be a factor.
Yeah.
But that's his personal opinion.
But dude, the dirt moved.
But this,
I've probably said it before, but my advice for DC is stop trying to play catch up to Marvel and just focus on making good, solid movies, and the audience will come.
In all honesty, because I haven't even heard any of the other movies after Wonder Woman and Justice League. I don't even think any of those are in production yet. Like, after those, you can keep some of the movies that honestly might somewhat be decent ideas. Like, I think Gotham City Sirens could be a decent idea if they pull it off right. I mean, I know the first movie wasn't that good, but I mean, maybe with a clear direction from the get-go, maybe a Suicide Squad sequel could be good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not with Mel Gibson, supposedly. With Mel Gibson directing, maybe not that. Well, who knows also. He's made some good movies.
Hacksaw Ridge was fantastic.
Hacksaw Ridge is the best movie to come out last year. And so it's like, okay, so it's this thing. It's like, but then honestly, if these two movies don't do well, I mean, if they do okay, that's fine. But if they don't, like, aren't blowing people away, scrap everything else. Like, again, keep Gotham City Sirens, keep the stuff that people want. I'd say keep the Batman if you can somehow get that movie to work, even though it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And just keep, but get rid of everything else. Don't do a Cyborg movie. Do the Teen Titans movie, because that's what people. I was actually just about to
ask you, how would you feel about a Teen Titans movie?
I would be
with
awesome.
Deathstroke as the villain.
I'd be stoked. That'd be awesome, because I love Teen Titans. Don't do Shazam.
And Deathstroke doesn't get enough love as a villain.
Don't do Shazam or Black Adam, or fucking don't do Green Lantern.
Black Adam?
They're thinking about doing a Black Adam movie with The Rock. The Rock's supposed to be Shazam.
Adam. He's not black, but I just thought of him as being like a black person. That's why he's like one of the whitest people I know.
So it's just like there's like a lot of movies.
You're gonna go and Photoshop that now, aren't you?
No, I don't want to picture it.
Again. Well, then again, depending on how, because I mean, his character looks like honestly one of the best parts about Justice League. Maybe an Aquaman movie might actually be cool. Because I mean, he looks like the best part of the whole trailer. So it's like.
And Jason Momoa is cool as shit.
Jason Momoa.
with his custom Guinness bottle or his custom Guinness draft and.
It's gonna be like the Little Mermaid or something.
What?
It's gonna be like the Little Mermaid or something.
That'd be really fun. That'd be really fun.
Moon of my life.
I don't know. I don't want to see an Aquaman movie. Aquaman's fucking boring.
What if they make him good though?
Can they make anything good? Come on now. Come on, man. Come on.
You gotta have a look.
Check us out. They're not gonna make anything. They're not gonna make anything good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, but go see Lego Batman. It's great.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Fucked up everything I've done so far.
I feel like they've
They're
been
a bunch of fuck ups.
I feel like, well, maybe with that, especially more so with Batman v Superman. Suicide Squad, I'm not sure if there was too much they could have done. Well, again, I feel like there's the bare bones of like this could have been an alright movie hidden underneath all the dumb shit in both those movies. Like,
well, that's the thing. People give those movies too much credit. Like, I agree that there are things like on paper, Batman vs Superman works in certain areas, but the movie was not good.
No,
you know
like it wasn't. I'm not saying it wasn't. I mean, I also admit that I don't hate it as much as some people do, but it's also like I look at it and I'm like, well, yeah, there's like it's kind of like the whole thing with Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 is a terrible movie, but I'm like, you know, there's a movie hidden in there. Well, there's a movie hidden. Like some of the ideas they could have done better and they could have made a better movie, and I feel like in some ways that's kind of everything DC's done up until this point. It's like there's a good movie hidden underneath all of the shit.
They could have fucked it up even more though.
Oh yeah, they could.
I will give it this. It's not as bad as Bad Nips. It's not.
But
yeah, balls. I'm not gonna go on long about it, but another movie thing. I saw Cure for Wellness that just came out. Whatever.
How was it? Looked weird as shit.
It's okay. It's like some guy has to go to some sanitarium in Switzerland to bring someone back for business purposes, but then things go bad, and then you learn how fucked up the sanitarium is. But then it just gets into this whole like historical thing in the movie, and the ending just completely fucking falls apart in my opinion. But
that movie reminded me of the trailers. It reminded me so much of Shutter Island. I just didn't really want to see it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I've seen Shutter Island.
So Leonardo DiCaprio.
I was gonna say that had Leo in it.
He shows up to some place, and it turns out things aren't as they seem, and shit goes left. And
yeah, I mean it I don't know. I walked out of the theater. And I was like, I'm fucking confused and lost. But when I looked up the ending,
not even about the movie,
more
you
sense.
were just lost. You didn't know where you were.
Yeah,
it's like, where am I? I didn't come into this theater.
Yeah,
how did I get here?
What's his name? The main guy.
Dane DeHaan.
Dane DeHaan. I was gonna say Dane DeHaas, but that's
Dane DeHaas.
That's not it. He's not bad in the movie.
Dane Cook. What if they got Dane Cook?
But some of his fucking line delivery was really fucking bad.
It's his mouth weird. It's like Molf.
It's a long movie too. It's 2.5 hours long. Oof. But it's okay. It's got some moments. It looks sick. It's got a good soundtrack to it, like real creepy soundtrack, which I enjoyed. And also, like the main chick in the movie, I've never seen her in any other movie, but she's Shia LaBeouf's spouse or whatever. And because I looked her up afterwards. I'm like, I've never, what she played in. And I saw that she's with Shia LaBeouf.
That was the reason. Was she hot?
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. I saw she's with Shia LaBeouf. I'm like, this is just fucking weird, man.
So when Shia LaBeouf's like, what the fuck did you say about my wife?
Yeah. No.
I was a fan.
She hot?
Yeah.
No.
Fuck
the fuck she say about my wife?
It's alright.
Yeah, he watches the show.
That means you should subscribe. Yeah, so I've actually been playing a bit of For Honor this week. I picked it up on Wednesday. There is a campaign. Guys, actually, I haven't played through the whole thing yet, but I feel like it's going to be like a good, maybe 10-hour campaign, probably. And that seems to be just enough to introduce you to each faction, how each one plays, and then you're off to the multiplayer, which is... I'm going to say, in terms of like the combat system, it's kind of like Overwatch. It's very simple to learn, but very intricate to master, with the changing of the stances and the guard breaks and things like that. I have a feeling that there's going to be people that are going to get very, very good at this very, very quick and frustrate many people online. But it is some of the most intense, multiplayer combat I've had in a while.
Game looks fun. I just don't know if I want to pay $60 for it.
That's my thing, and it's also just with Horizon coming up and Mass Effect. I'm like, I'm okay.
But
it does look fun.
I've kind of decided that maybe for this year, just because I kind of I want to do this for a year, which is kind of in general. There's a lot. I feel like as far as we know for this point, there's less games that I'm super cool for. So I want to try to I'm going to try to put more of my money to going to see lots of movies.
Yeah.
So because there's 30 movies I want to see this year, and I want to try to go see all of them with when they come out. And so it's and that's going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's going to cost me a good bit of money there to do that. So
I was watching people play For Honor because I was just curious about it. But especially on the multiplayer side, that's where that game shines.
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely.
But then also, even just watching it, you're trying to read the other person and what they're going to do, and it's this fucking chess match. But if you're too aggressive, they might.
And that's really kind of what draws me into
multiplayer
is that kind of because there's the modes where you got the minions, and I'm just gonna call them minions, but you got the other just the waves,
fodder.
Not the fodder, but not Dynasty Warrior fodder where you're just gonna just clear out crowds of people
with one hit of a button.
Yeah, it's not at all like that. You're gonna have to work your way through the crowd. And then, on top of that, they can attack you while you're in the middle of a duel. So.
Yeah. I think one thing that I didn't even know this game had, though, that seemed cool was the whole, metagame thing between all the factions. How you can put, war assets in and,
Yeah, it's
it shows who's winning what type of fucking
I'm not sure how long the seasons actually are. But, you can change factions each season should you choose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what each faction, wins at the end of the season, but who knows?
Oh, you mean with, everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'm sure there's some sort of, communal boost or reward or something for winning the faction war for the season.
That sounds really cool. That right there. That seems just like a good thing to kind of do for... keep people interested.
It keeps the metagame a little more interesting.
Basically like taking away quick play in Overwatch and just making everything competitive play in a way.
Yeah. It seems cool.
Yeah. I mean, you think, I'm just going to jump in a one-on-one duel and it'll be, maybe 5 minutes at most. No, it's longer than that.
Yeah. Because it also seems kind of complicated, too, because... homies can run away. Is there range? Because I was watching people fight, and then when someone was really low health, they would just run.
I have not
forever.
seen any ranged stuff yet, but I mean, it might be
very deeper. This thing that's it's probably overpowered if everybody could get their hands on it early on, and it's just
Well, I think
and that takes away the fun of the game. I mean, if you had range stuff from the beginning, there'd be people who just never. Played the part of the game that the game's actually designed for.
No, I think what they're going to need to do eventually, I haven't experienced too many of the runners myself, but they should, alright, here's your enclosed area, you can only run so far before, you have to turn around and fight, or some sort of penalty where if you keep running away like that, you lose either...
You run out of stamina.
Either you run out of stamina or you lose your reward or part of your reward and you forfeit the match or
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a hard thing to do though because it's what if you're wrecking people and you just keep and it's I'm gonna die and I run away a lot.
Well, no, not that kind of run away like you can if you run past a certain distance in one go. That's you're clearly trying to run away from the fight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gotta give it to Ubisoft though. I mean, this is a risky ass game to put out with this type of production to it and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know how well this game's going to do sales wise. I mean, I don't think it's going to light the world on fire or anything. But
I don't expect it to light the world on fire, but it's a solid game.
Yeah,
I can see it being a sleeper thing. I can see it being like a sleeper thing to kind of just eventually just
definitely could be a sleeper hit.
Yeah,
I mean, in some ways, that's what. Even though it was a hit when it came out, that's what like Rainbow Six kind of turned into. Rainbow Six was big,
yeah,
and it dropped, and now there's more people playing Rainbow Six than
there was
at launch. Yeah. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, this could be one of those games that Ubisoft has that just kind of hang on to for a little while. They just keep updating it.
And it's a good it seems like a very good like platform game to do that with.
Yeah.
Like add new factions and new
factions or not even add new factions, new like
classes.
Champion types and things like that. Yeah.
Fuck right.
What you got, Holmes?
Oh yeah, my prediction for the new trend, like open world games aren't going away because they're a trend now, and they're probably not going away because people think they get the most bang for the buck out of those games. They don't always, but the new trend that I'm seeing is with Overwatch being as big as it was. There's Paragon now. There's a new guy, the game Skyforge coming out. There's one other one I'm thinking of.
Paladins is kind of similar.
Can't remember the other one. There's another one I was thinking of. Characters in games are going to be the new thing. Like
Character-driven stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Well, you mean like specifically for multiplayer? I'm assuming, or
yeah, Agents of Mayhem was what I was thinking of. Like characters that have specific. And not that this has never been around before, but I just see it more and more. Like with Overwatch being big now, I think games are going to put out like characters and really try to define them in terms of like a game like Agents of Mayhem, like where you have this character and it's going to be they have their set of abilities and that's going to be the big thing now. I see that coming out now with like really defined characters and trying to build around characters becoming popular. Like a character like Tracer got really big and people are like, oh yeah, that's Tracer. I know, like trying to make characters like that with like a series of not just like a couple characters or side characters in the game, but playable characters, a series of like 10 to 15 characters. I see that being like the next big thing that's going to be coming out now, and like multiplayer and that kind of thing.
the next Call of Duty.
Like hero-driven stuff. I mean, Call of Duty tried that.
Yeah, with the
different
like Black Ops
specialists
Yeah,
and
Black Ops 3. Yeah.
But those were just
Rainbow
things.
Rainbow
Siege.
6 with different operators.
Yeah,
But that's really kind of. It's not like it was never existed before, but I really see it like taking over now, and
I see it going more towards that because the one thing with like the Black Ops 3 with the specialists and the rigs, and then with Rainbow Six is that they're different characters, but they're kind of a little bit more. They're kind of a little bit more blank.
Yeah.
In terms of personality,
like
Overwatch characters.
I think
have
in terms of
personality.
MOBA, like with just abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, like. Well, yeah, it's like with
this character is specifically for this
But
sort of
also with
situation.
personality more, because then you have a game like Agents of Mayhem where it's like this character specifically does this, or Paragon where this character like different classes almost like in that MOBA sense.
This character's like a lane
tanks and
pusher
whatever.
or something like that. Yeah.
I see that becoming the next big thing, like integrating MOBAs with other games.
Yeah, because MOBA's kind of. I mean, not that MOBAs are.
They're going to be making their way into
popular.
console games a lot more.
Oh, they absolutely. I mean, look at Halo 5 in Warzone.
Yeah,
It's absolutely
like a
has-
MOBA.
Sort of MOBA.
has MOBA inspirations.
I
there.
mean,
it's
fucking
it's shitty in a way.
Battleborn.
Yeah,
has a MOBA
Battleborn
inspiration.
didn't do very well.
Didn't do well, but it's there. I mean, I know a lot of people like to pull the comparison, saying that Overwatch has some of that MOBA-esque stuff in there. I mean, it's not a terribly big on it, but it's there.
It does with abilities and like class types. And
Yeah.
Yeah, and like just kind of like the more of like instead of kills, like objective based, like making it to this point and getting through like like
You're not
that
clearing
whole thing.
waves of minions or anything like that, but you're still like you have these defined pathways.
Same strategies. And stuff.
Yeah, it's like competition for the sake of competition instead of putting like this thing like instead of get to 50 kills and you win, it's get to 100% of this, and but But like, you know, if
They can
somebody's
push
in the
back.
point, you know, they
Yeah.
can hold you off, or you can push the thing back, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, that's honestly a little bit more where a thing that I see going is that a lot of games adopt that kind of style of like, again, it's not about, you know, team deathmatch where it's just, you just get kills and then boom, whoever gets the most kills, it's like, oh, you get the most kills, but maybe you have to win by a certain margin, and otherwise the match keeps going.
Yeah.
Like, that would be a cool way to like make any kind of team deathmatch based thing go farther. It's like, oh yeah, but you have to win by a certain margin. You can't just like, you know,
You can't just feed kills in order to get kills.
it's like, you know, you can't win like 49-50. Like, you have to have like at least like a 15-point spread or something like that, or like a time limit.
Yeah.
But like, you know, which could be something that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, and I think we talked about this like last week or something about. I think when we talked about Destiny a little bit, I said like, yeah, that's kind of like where they should go with that. Is kind of have more of this objective, competitive based stuff in games. Because honestly, that's why I keep coming back to Overwatch. Like, that's like the game that I can't put down anymore. Is because it gets your heart pumping, and no other game does that. Really, like, no other game gets me like as stressed playing, as excited to win as Overwatch.
It's almost harder to play anything else that isn't Overwatch anymore.
Yeah,
I have not touched Destiny since the dawning.
Yeah, since SRL. Like, I haven't either. It's just I have
like,
no
Overwatch
drive.
is a game I can literally play fucking all day.
Yeah.
Any other game right now, I'm just kind of like, I'll play for an hour.
And now switch to something else.
And it's like, well, I'm just gonna go back to Overwatch.
Yeah. Like, I can sit and play Overwatch by myself all day on my days off, and then like when you guys get home and get online, I'm still cool with playing well into the night.
I say it also doesn't hurt that it's the only game that like everybody can play together anymore. So
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I kind of like hero-based, class-based stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it works for everything.
Heroes is a good way to put it.
yeah, like
Heroes in the game.
The other thing is like some games don't embrace it enough. Like, that was the one thing with Call of Duty. Like, that's cool, but it's like, you know, it's still Call of Duty, so they're never going to abandon it. But it's like, you know, it takes like a couple minutes to get your specialist, and then it only lasts for a limited amount of time. Whereas like, you know, a lot of the hero based stuff, it was one of the things that I loved about Evolve was how each person kind of had like a different thing, and then they all had personality.
It just wasn't deep enough.
It just was deep enough. There was balancing issues and all kinds of other stuff. Like that.
And these type of things that too work best when everyone is focused on one thing. Like, I think for a MOBA it really works because everybody's just trying to get to one point,
Or
you know,
or some goal, or
and you all kind of think of different strategies or different characters or whatever to get to that point, but your team is 100% focused on doing that. Overwatch, same thing. Your team is fucking focused on defending or attacking. That's it. Like, with Call of Duty or Halo or whatever, it's like, there are classes. Your team, your whole team is focused on getting 100 kills to win the match, but it's, you know,
it's an individual effort.
You don't all come together, and you're lone wolfing it all. You're each lone wolfing everything to get to that point. You're not really working together.
Honestly,
Rainbow Six Siege is kind of in the middle there.
Yeah,
I think because, like, it's really hard to win an Overwatch match with just one person that's fucking killing it. You know what I mean? Like, one person can't really carry the team. One person can make a huge difference, but you need a lot of help.
Yeah.
Where, like, Rainbow Six Siege, everybody is focused on the objective, you know, and it's cool, but also I feel when it comes down to it, someone could lone wolf it and wipe the other team out because they're just really good.
Overwatch is kind of like the Cavaliers, the last 2 seasons. I'm not counting this season. Like, you know, last year it was LeBron and support, whereas the year before it was LeBron trying to carry the team, and it was a damn fine effort, but not enough good sir.
Yeah, in those type of games too, like Overwatch or Paragon or whatever, like, they also come down to very specific moments that you could probably identify in fucking every single match of, like, that's why we won or that's why we lost. Like, you know, it was a stalemate, but then someone broke through on the right side of the map and we were able to just fucking push through because they all had to run back. Or, you know, fucking, we were they were really holding us off, but like the other one we were playing, I popped up as Pharah. I literally wiped out their whole team with my ultimate. Almost. We almost took them all out. And it was a fucking stalemate until that point. And then we won. It's like, but like with Call of Duty, Halo or something, you kind of can't identify like, oh yeah, it was that moment why we won the match. You know, it was just because that guy was fucking really insanely good.
Like,
you know?
There was more moments like that in like Call of Duty or like a thing where it's like almost taken like, because it's kind of there in some of the Battlefield stuff where you pick a class and it's kind of like you kind of have like a role, but more making it like, again, more of a team effort. Like you get like a healer, and this is the person, or like not a healer in the traditional sense, but like a medic who like you can like give people back a little bit of health, and it's like, oh, like and make it really hard to win with the, you know, because that's one of the things that also Overwatch does really well, is because you kind of have to work as a team, because it's really hard to win without a tank. It's also really hard to win without a healer. Like, you can do it, but it's like it's not the easiest thing in the world. Yeah. So it's like it kind of forces you to play not because, I mean, there's a lot of options, but it kind of does force you to play a certain way.
It also seems to me that the less customization you give someone of all those different characters or classes or whatever, maybe better.
Yeah, you have to get more creative with how you use the character.
Exactly, and it's awesome, and you just like master that shit.
Like
where like Call of Duty, I might have this ability, and that's cool, but like I can change fucking everything that I'm using. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not saying every game needs to be, you know, an Overwatch or whatever, and just be character driven or whatever. I don't think it works with everything, but you know, I would love to see, like, I think Destiny is the biggest game that I would love to see play with that stuff. But it's going to be, you know, it's an RPG, going to get loot.
Yeah.
Going to customize your character. But I think if the classes were way more defined and separated from each other in Destiny, and then their competitive modes were just more objective driven and not really clash or something.
Like you can have a class.
Destiny?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's too much of an RPG.
It is, though. It's not Skyrim, it's not The Witcher, but Skyrim, it is an RPG.
In a way. Things that are in RPG games.
I'm going to disagree with you.
The systems are there. They're not as well developed as a traditional RPG, but I would still consider them RPG.
I think you can have a game like Clash, because, I mean, that's just kind of how a lot of the... But, like, have more, like... It's like zone control, even though it's not in there that much. That game is fun because, again, it's like your kills don't really matter. You can kill a bunch of people. You're killing people so that you can get to an objective. Yeah. It's not like or like regular control. Well, it's like it's all about killing once you hold a point. So it's still, you can literally you can literally never step in a point, and it's fine. So,
I mean, I play a lot of Smite. There is, you know, there are some RPG elements with, like, the items you pick, kind of like in Paragon, you pick the items to, you know, improve your character's abilities.
That's not RPG, though.
Yeah, Paragon's not.
Yeah. So like, items aren't really RPG too much, to some extent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. But, like, there is like a team deathmatch mode, and it still manages to work with those elements.
Yeah, it's just
not what most people want to come to the game for.
Yeah. Not too much else.
It's an interesting thing for sure. I think it'll keep moving forward, though, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Moving on. E3, in a way. There's some press conference times that were announced. Some interesting things, mostly on just one of them here. So, Bethesda's conference is going to be at the same time as it has been. So it will be this year, Sunday, June 11th, 10 p.m. Eastern. So that's that. EA Play, which is EA's separate non-E3 event that they did last year, but they did it during E3.
Yeah.
This time it's before E3, so E3 runs June 13th to the 15th. EA Play runs June 10th to 12th. It's not even in LA this year either.
Shit. New York?
No.
Okay.
Hollywood.
Well,
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough. But yeah, it's not like last year was right around where everything is for E3 typically. But
what was the one they had like over in London?
Yeah,
that was.
I don't think they're doing the whole London thing this year.
I mean, good. Just
yeah, which I wonder when they didn't announce exactly what day EA's conference is, but then there's, I would assume, if they're going to do it right, their conference before EA Play begins, to play all these new games, then theirs would be June 10th.
Yeah,
which is Saturday.
Oh God.
Or maybe they'll do it the first opening day.
Maybe. Yeah,
or
which would be June 10th.
Yeah.
Microsoft usually goes Monday, first thing, which is 12 o'clock our time.
12 or 1 of the two.
They're going Sunday.
Microsoft's doing
Sunday, June 11th at 5 for Microsoft.
Microsoft versus Bethesda.
Yeah.
In the picture they tweeted out, it's a picture of Scorpio. That Scorpio trailer they put out with all, seeing in internals and stuff.
They can do the thing they did when they revealed the Xbox One and just start the whole show with just the Scorpio sitting on a thing, and it's just like, there it is.
Yeah.
And they said, brace for big news.
Microsoft attempting to go hard in the pit? Question mark.
I think
they have to. It's the only event they actually really ever announce anything at. So
yeah, which they usually. I mean, the last couple of years they've done very well with the announcements. I think, so.
I just think if you're going to reveal Scorpio and talk about Scorpio and hardware here at E3, I think that's kind of a mistake. Yeah. Because it's E3. People want to learn about video games at E3, not hardware. I think hardware can have a small place, but don't go on about it. I think if you're Microsoft, you announce and show off Scorpio before and then say E3, dude, we're going balls out. Yeah. You're going to see why you need to pick this machine up. You know what I mean? That's the way I think they should go, but I don't know. We'll see.
And who knows? Impress me. Those are some impressive specs on that machine. If you can impress me at that conference,
it might be a possibility.
It might be a possibility that I'd trade in my Xbox One and switch over or upgrade to a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Give me more of a reason than the PS4 Pro tried to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And that's why, I think if they do a reveal before, I just think they can learn so much from what Sony did and just do it right.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna brace myself for fucking disappointment with the thing, though.
With Scorpio,
there's gonna be some type of bad news. There's always bad news.
You're gonna pre-lubricate your asshole.
Yeah, I mean, there's bad news about the PS4 Pro. There's bad news about the Switch. There's always something wrong.
I mean, they're buying you dinner by talking about the Scorpio, but they're not gonna lube it up before they stick it in.
Even these consoles when they came up, the Xbox One was the whole you have to buy it with a Kinect.
Yeah.
And the PS4 went 6 months with HDCP and all that attached to it. So it's there's usually always, depending on how large.
But the reveal of the PS4 went kind of smooth though. The reveal for the Xbox One, we all know, was a disaster. Yeah. I'm going to call it the event that happened in January for the Switch. That reveal thing was a little iffy. PS4 Pro, a little iffy. The reveal trailer Nintendo put out last year, the first thing we saw of the Switch, that was fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That was genius. But yeah.
I say do that. Put out a trailer, and then maybe put out a trailer, give a release date and the pricing beforehand, and then you can kind of. Maybe instead of going on and on and on about the specs, just kind of maybe go on about specs and things like that after E3. You announce when the Scorpio comes out, and just be okay, everything we're showing tonight, and how good it is running on the Scorpio.
Yeah,
and just kind of.
That's on this Scorpio right here.
Yes, but we're not going to see that.
No, we're not.
we're not watching it on 4K monitors or 4K TVs. You know, that's the biggest thing they gotta overcome that. Like, yeah, you can say that,
but how does it look?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
but the people in that room will probably go, "Wow, that looked really fucking nice."
Yeah.
But for,
I'll give you that.
you know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna see that, and that's one thing that they're gonna struggle with. But I think the other big thing Microsoft has to just fucking knock it out of the park with is first party lineup.
Absolutely.
The first party lineup right now is, compared to Sony's, is very weak.
Yeah.
You know, like Halo Wars 2 comes out Tuesday. Then you got Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3.
It's kind of about all they've announced.
And,
you gotta imagine
another Forza.
Talk about Halo 6, another Forza game.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Forza, Halo, Gears. Okay,
Obviously.
they're the three biggest franchises, but kind of need a little bit more than that.
Gotta spice it up a little bit.
Yeah,
They already blew their load on Dead Rising last year, or yeah.
Yeah, it's like I just don't even. I don't, because also they've been shutting down first party studios.
Yeah.
You know, they shut Lionhead down. So what's up with Fable? I don't fucking know. Can't Scalebound.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I almost feel like this is, and it's not like 100%, but Microsoft really almost can't afford to screw up another, because this does seem like almost, if the information that leaked out already about it is to be believed, this doesn't seem like a modest step up in like going from like the PS4 to the PS4.5. This seems like a whole new generation almost.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
And you can't afford to bungle another console launch. I feel like in terms of like the PS4, Xbox One,
there's no competition.
Reveals, HDCP, and the problems with them specifically, HDCP is a lot more okay to deal with than having to spend an extra $100 on a peripheral piece I'm probably never going to fucking use.
Yeah.
And it's taking away from the capabilities of the machine I have anyway. To run.
That's the thing too, like with the Xbox One, like the next update they're getting rid of Snap. You're not gonna be able to snap anything.
Oh yeah.
Because they're like, well, nobody really uses this, and we can make everything run a lot faster if we get rid of it. So it's like that thing is nowhere near what it was supposed to be, like at all. And it's almost like, well, with Scorpio, is this just your next console? And you say, if you have an Xbox One, literally everything you own, you can play on Scorpio day one if you pick one up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's okay. Like, your 360 games, your Xbox One games, everything's going to move forward with you, which that's what they've been indicating.
And that's
that
really
everything's going to stick
what
with
you. What could convince people to upgrade at launch?
Maybe.
Because then this is their future as well. You know, I can take all my backwards compatible stuff, play it on here, but I'm also set for anything that comes out in the future.
Xbox 2.
Yeah.
Because if it is their whole new console, then it's almost like them with the 360 getting a whole year head start on the PS3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows? E3, things coming out about be interesting. Now these things are so spread out in terms of conferences, like I wonder... I think Sony sticks with the same time that they have. I think they have, like, probably the best time.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, fucking nighttime. Everybody's watching that shit.
Yeah.
You know? Their streams are usually the ones to fuck out the most.
Because everybody's trying to watch it.
Ubisoft
usually fucks out a good bit, too.
Yeah. Ubisoft probably go Monday as well. The wild card there is Nintendo, but at the same time, I think Nintendo would probably
just do another Treehouse.
Stick their Tuesday night
and just have it all to themselves.
Everybody should have their own day. Fuck it, why not?
Oh, God.
Everybody has their own day. E3 starts a week early. It's just because there's 6 or 7 different conferences now. Yeah. And it's just like everybody has their own day.
But I'm okay with like 2 in a day. That seems like, because the conferences usually are what, like
hour and a half,
2 hours max, maybe.
Usually, depending if it's like EA or Ubisoft, it's like an hour.
Yeah. But I missed. I don't know. I'm gonna miss that Monday, man.
I remember when Monday was like you'd sit through
all fucking day.
You'd sit through Microsoft and EA right back to back, get a little bit of a break, do Ubisoft, a little bit of a break, Sony, and it's just like
and then you wake up the next day, Nintendo's right there first thing in the morning. It's like, yeah, this is just awesome.
Like this stuff makes me miss G4, like, and they're because honestly they had the best coverage of E3 awesome. Out of anyone that I've experienced doing it. Better than fucking IGN, better than GameSpot, better than whatever the fuck YouTube does, better than Twitch. You know, they had the best shit.
Yeah, it was awesome. I would watch their shit all the time. Yeah. Like, I would watch every fucking demo they did.
Yeah.
Everything. I don't know. It was just so good. But, R.I.P. G4.
Esquire.
Yeah.
I just miss the people that worked on there. Like, Adam Sessler, I think, is one of the best guys.
Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb, Kevin Pereira, Sarah Underwood, Candace Bailey.
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn was on Attack of the Show for a while. Allison Hayslip. I think she did cheat.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on G4.
Yeah, there's a lot of good shows.
That's sad.
Yeah. Moving on. Let's talk about the best-selling games of January 2017.
We haven't played this game in...
We did last month, didn't we? Yeah, we did last month.
Yeah, we did for the end of the year, I think. There's a few interesting things in here, but it is fairly standard, like usual.
Yeah, of course.
What's number 10?
Grand Theft Auto.
No.
Is it on the list?
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
There was 1 month where it wasn't, though. I swear to God, there was 1 month where it wasn't. Is Minecraft on the list?
No.
Okay.
Is there a Lego game on the list? All
right. Number 10, I'm gonna say it's NBA. No.
It's on the list though.
It's on that figure.
Madden.
Nope. On the list.
Is the game that actually came out in January?
No,
of course not. Call of Duties.
No.
It's probably higher on the list.
Battlefield.
No.
Is it sports?
Yeah.
FIFA.
Yeah. FIFA 17, number 10. Number 9.
GTA.
No. God, why am I blanking? I had it. Final Fantasy. Probably not on the list. I figured I'd try.
No. Yeah.
No. Madden.
Nope.
NBA.
God damn it. I'm trying to think of stuff that came out.
Call of Duty.
That would be rough. That'd probably be higher up on the list, man.
For Honor.
Nah, it's last month.
Just came
out. It just came out this month.
Last month, bro. Come on. Get your head in the game. Overwatch.
Okay.
Right.
Kingdom Hearts.
I don't think that was
just
on the list.
It's on the list?
Really?
Oh, wow. That's very surprised about that.
Okay.
Sports game.
No.
Okay. Shooter.
No.
Okay. Fuck.
Watch Dogs.
Yep. Watch Dogs 2. 7.
GTA.
No.
Madden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And NFL 17. Or 6.
NBA.
No.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8. Shows that Kingdom Hearts fans are still hungry for whatever they can get.
They're hungry.
We're thirsty.
Like, this package
we're happy for leftovers.
Not that exciting.
We're happy for leftovers.
Until March when the 1.5, 2.5
That's still leftovers. It's slightly better leftovers.
It's better leftovers, but
it's like instead of it's like if you ever like try to recook like hot dogs, it's like instead of sticking them in the microwave, you put them in like a pan of boiling water.
Yeah.
You're trying to make it actually taste good.
Recook hot dogs.
Recook hot dogs.
I put them on a skillet.
I don't understand what that means. I went to culinary school. Not recook hot dogs.
But aren't they cooked already when they're packaged?
Yeah.
So aren't you somewhat recooking them? Or
I don't
You're
cook hot dogs. I don't
reheating
make
them?
fucking hot dogs. They're gross. Don't fuck with hot
I don't
dogs.
remember the last time I had a hot dog.
Friday.
You
funny.
would eat hot dogs.
Friday.
It's funny because he can't eat one without a hand on the back of his head.
Nope.
Yeah. Number 5.
GTA.
Oh.
Damn it. NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NBA 2K17 number 4.
Call of Duty.
NBA.
I know what 2 of the top 3 games are going to be, unless the one I'm thinking of is right here.
Battlefield.
Battlefield 1. Number 4. Give me your top 3.
I know 2 of the top 3 is going to be Call of Duty and maybe Resident Evil.
Yeah, Resident Evil's probably... I'd say Resident Evil's probably number 2.
4 is going to be GTA.
4 is Battlefield. Number
4 is
3
Battlefield.
is,
3
number
is
3 is GTA.
GTA.
Number 2, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Number 1, Resident Evil 7.
Oh, wow.
Still didn't
I
sell
guess
as
Resident
well as
Evil's-
they'd like.
Yeah, even though it sold like 2.5 million copies. Still didn't do good.
Nope.
Interesting thing for the month, the NES Classic was the 3rd best-selling piece of hardware.
Can people actually find it now?
Nope. You can't.
Probably not.
You can't find it. They're also just discontinuing it in Europe.
Good.
You can still get it in America
Yeah.
if you want.
Who gives a fuck? I don't want to play old games. I want to play new games.
I can agree with you on
Yeah,
that.
I can agree with that.
So it's
I have
cheap.
a
though.
Nintendo 64. Play all the old... I can play
I
all
honestly
3
wouldn't-
old games that I want to play.
I honestly wouldn't mind getting an N64 for myself just for some
I
of
thought
those
about
certain
getting,
old
I thought
games.
about. Well, I know my dad wanted to get a Nintendo NES Classic because he's like, I want to play like Pac-Man and
We
was
got-
Frogger on there. He wanted to play like
We
Yeah.
play on the fucking internet.
No, we got my dad that Atari thing for the for his PS4. He's played a lot of those games.
Yeah,
You can play all that shit on the internet.
yeah.
I only like playing home games.
It's my
to a
dad.
point.
It's my dad. He doesn't understand the internet.
Yeah.
It's
Play fucking Pac-Man on Google that one time.
That is true.
Yeah. Music. Volumes announced their new album. It's called Different Animals. It comes out June 9th.
goddamn.
So there you go. Volumes had 2 vocalists. I forget their names though. But they got in a big...
Tall guy and short guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had the short guy still. The tall guy left. But
I thought that was
him
good.
and the tall guy... short guy and tall guy got into a pissing contest on Twitter. It was
And the short guy won?
I don't
Damn.
know. It was weird. Like, the tall guy was trying to be all more professional.
Yeah.
Trying to be tall about
It
it.
was stupid.
Trying to
Be the bigger man.
take the high road.
Yeah.
Fuck
he
you
can
guys. I'm
reach
proud of that one.
Metallica, Avenged Sevenfold, and Volbeat are touring. Also Gojira as well.
Who cares?
So there you go.
No one's gonna go to that.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like it's football stadiums they're playing in.
Yeah.
A weird
Literally.
thing here. Oceano is signed with Sumerian Records. It's just weird to me. I don't know. Oceano's still a band.
Desperate.
Yeah. Subtle, exactly.
Mutter it one more time, just so the microphone can pick it up.
No. They're desperate.
There you
Running
go.
out of
He's
money.
not even gonna mutter. He's
That's
just
some
gonna...
that Sumerian promoting they got over there.
With like the 15 tours that they run a year.
Yeah, same bands.
They just group
In
them
case
up
they didn't want to
differently.
be stuck in like 2010 anymore than they already are. It's just like, well, may as well go all out.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong.
You're
Fuck
not.
them.
but-
Fuck anyone says different.
Maybe they'll put out an album that's still the same thing.
They'll go like metalcore. They'll go like Sumerian. Like
Oh yeah.
Born
They'll fucking pull like a Suicide Silence and add clean vocals to their fucking sound. 'Cause why
They
not?
tried that one time, didn't they? It was
You know what?
fucking awful.
I feel like they have
Yeah.
actually.
It was on that album.
yeah,
The whatever
yeah,
one it was.
yeah.
Let's talk
I know what
about
you're talking
there's
about.
the one with they talked about. They sang about killing people. Sang.
Slow Murder.
I think it was on that album. They tried clean vocals,
Oh, yeah.
and it just sounded like someone whining in like an empty room,
Yeah.
and someone just like a prisoner or something in the dungeon, just going. "Yeah."
Whining in an empty room.
That was their clean vocal.
I am nothing.
Kurt Cobain could do a better job. As is. I'm saying dead Kurt Cobain had a better singer. Better singer than Shannon.
Oceana's just not exciting at all. Like, holy shit.
What are you talking about? They sing about killing people. That's original.
Sedgy.
Yeah. They're gonna come up with songs about like freedom and freedom of speech and like hating the political system and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They're gonna be fucking original with that.
Yeah.
Catching up to the old fucking
Resist.
Refuse.
the old fucking rebellion train or whatever it is. I don't know. The caboose of the rebellion train. I don't fucking know. The carriage. Whatever mode of transportation. The airplane.
So
They're parachuting into the fucking rebellion airplane. They're going right through the fucking spinny things. Yeah, they're going right through the propellers. Coming out of the meat grinder.
Their headquarters is Obama's house because rebellions are built on hope.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a house anymore. He's homeless. he has the White House, man. Well, what's he gonna do? He doesn't live in the White House anymore. It's not like he has any money. President doesn't make any money.
No, not at all.
Never.
Yeah.
He's out there just roaming the land. Michelle.
Hell,
Where's Sasha and Malia?
Yeah.
Where are we?
He's out there in an RV selling just pots and pans across the country. Residential pots and pans. They just clean out the White House. They're selling all the shit.
He gets on his actual old Twitter.
He should have a show where it's like the whole Obama family just like, you know, strip the White House clean. They're just going to like across the country in an RV, just hitting the road.
Inside of the White House.
Yeah, just living off the land.
And the shit they looted from the White House.
Yeah.
I'd
they're
see
like
that.
a fucking painting of what's his ass, Andrew Jackson. Just in the back of the fucking RV.
It's called President on Wheels.
White House on wheels. So then all white RV.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a bad joke.
That was a little bit of a stretch there.
Yeah.
No, actually, no. It's not any more of a stretch than anything else that just came out of this last conversation.
Yeah,
it's not any more of a stretch than anything else about this.
It's probably not the dumbest thing that's come out of our mouths.
No, I think I hold.
2
I
minutes.
think I hold the.
It's an episode where they stop at like a rest stop. Some guy tries to come in and play with Obama's Willie. He beats the shit out of him. Just whoops his ass. Comes out.
I
he's
can't
like,
picture Obama whooping anybody's
time to go.
ass. I'm sorry, I can't see it.
What?
I can't see Obama whooping anybody's
Oh,
ass.
I could see him whooping someone's ass.
I see him
I
giving
wouldn't
you
wanna fuck
stern.
with him.
I see him giving him a stern talk.
I couldn't now, but I could see him being like.
Can't you just see like him just giving his fucking shoving his shoe up someone's ass?
Well, remember that
just Trump's bent
Young
over
Obama.
and Obama just
Young
comes up
Obama.
and fucking kicks him in the ass.
I mean, I can see Obama. I can't see him doing it now, but I could see him like his early like teenage years or something,
Smoking weed.
smoking
he
weed
did
and
that.
like
He did that.
beating the shit out of people with his boys and like, oh, get off my corner, huh? Or whatever.
that video of him kicking the door open as he's leaving the press conference, whatever. Just Photoshop in like some random like homeless person or whatever there.
Just have him kick it. I remember seeing that video and having a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, did that happen?" I'm like, God.
R.I.P. Obama.
He's not dead.
He's off the grid.
Yeah, exactly. The only other thing of note to really talk about is the Grammys.
Well, I'm not sure if that was the joke or the punchline.
The Adelis. She fucking won everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
She beat out Beyonce for fucking everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Beyonce's she's the queen.
Yeah.
And Adele comes in, wins everything.
Yeah.
Adele won Album of the Year.
Can we finally admit Adele's like up there?
Yeah.
With Beyonce.
Yeah. On the metal side, Megadeth won the Best Metal Grammy when they accepted it at the pre-Grammy show with like nobody there. Master of Puppets started playing.
Like, my favorite thing about that was the tweet that Dave Mustaine had afterwards. Where somebody's like, "Shouldn't you be a little miffed that isn't it like a slight against your band?" He goes, "I understand if the house band couldn't play Megadeth." I'm like, Ouch.
Yeah.
Maybe he's still a little salty about what happened 30 years ago.
Yeah, possibly.
The first thing Dave Mustaine said was "Thank God." He thanked Jesus.
Yeah.
David Bowie won a few awards.
He did.
Why that is?
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
I mean, no, seriously.
Yeah.
It's like
Nobody cared
it's
when
a
he was
shame
alive.
that like Metallica put out like one of their best albums in like since they were 5 years old when they first started playing music, and then like they're nominated for rock album, but they still lose. I didn't even listen to any of David Bowie's last album. It could be great. Could be another Beck situation where I haven't listened to it.
But
Turns out to be really good, but it's like, yeah.
That heavily.
Well, Beck didn't die.
Yeah, but you know that. You know, him passing away definitely influenced that.
Yeah.
Well, Beck didn't die.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. It's just I don't know. All that fucking voting. I don't know. I was reading up on like the voting for that, how they go about like who votes for that shit, and it's just like
That process is retarded.
Such a like
That
people
process is seriously
people
stupid.
vote for things. It's like how was it now? It's like people are going to vote for things in their expertise. So if it's like the rock category, people are going to vote for like, you know, rock. It's like, oh yeah, David Bowie. It's not going to be like Metallica doesn't really stand any kind of chance.
Yeah. Yeah. They put Gojira up against Blink 182.
Yeah.
I think for best rock albums.
And that in and of itself is just a weird comparison to try to make because they're two
those couple other
completely
rock
different
bands like that. I wouldn't be surprised if Red Hot Chili Peppers was in there. Were they?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh, I suck.
But yeah, I mean, Metallica played Moth in a Flame with Lady Gaga, and James Hetfield's mic wasn't even on for
half
a while.
Dave Mustaine's Revenge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably who did it. Dave Mustaine. He's like, you fucker.
Kick me out of the band, why don't you?
It was an alright performance. I was a little
weird.
I
confused
see him
myself.
in the corner like Smeagol or something.
Still don't know if that's the song I would have chose.
I know Lady
I don't
Gaga's
know what
the
other
person I
song they
would
could have
fucking
maybe
chose.
done from their new album though.
I would have played Now That We're Dead.
That sounds
I just think that's the most accessible and easiest song to go over live, especially on TV.
I don't know if it's, but I don't know if it's like the most well known. Like Moth in the Flame is like probably the most well known song.
Yeah.
Maybe that. So I get why they picked it. But
Atlas
it's
Rise might have been a better choice.
I still don't know if that one would have been alright because that one's kind of same
Enter
kind of.
Sandman. They could have played that.
Hey, who said they had to play anything from their new album?
That's true.
They could have done something, but like
They should have played Master Puppets.
They should have played something from 30 years ago while Dave was still in the band. And
Yeah. This is shout out to Dave Mustaine. They whip out like fucking Seek and Destroy.
I say
or some
play
shit.
the Four Horsemen.
Oh yeah, the Four Horsemen.
Play the
That
Four
would've been
Horsemen,
better.
the song that Dave wrote all by himself,
Ride the
essentially.
Lightning or something like.
just to piss him off.
God.
I feel like the salt levels there.
We would like to
Now
invite Dave
elevated.
Mustaine up to play the Four Horsemen.
Imagine how awkward would that
I mean, they played
performance
before.
have
They
been.
did like what in the 30-year anniversary thing. They played "Jump in the Fire," I think, and songs like that.
You should jump in the fire.
Oh,
Ha ha ha.
I immediately I was like, "You're chuckling." And
Yeah.
what do you?
I knew what it was going to be before it even came out of his mouth.
Grammys are weird. They just
award
don't.
award shows like that piss me off. Like the fact that there's like so many different award shows for movies too, but then also just for music and like how they do it in award shows like this. I'm just like, it doesn't feel right.
That and like how they do like all-star voting now is just kind of.
Yeah,
It's a popularity contest. It's not really how good of an athlete or how good of an artist you are. It's more, not literally, but how many Twitter followers do you have? How many, how much
big
is
are
your
you?
name out there? How big is your brand?
Well, that's not true. Justin Bieber didn't win shit. He got a lot of Twitter followers.
But he's been
Well,
also
he's
been
definitely
on
not-
the
he's not as-
decline.
he's not as
His last album was like the biggest one he's ever fucking
Was
had.
Biebs in the running for album of the year?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I'm looking
the
at it
album I was
now.
thinking of.
Adele with 25, Beyonce with Lemonade, Biebs with Purpose, Drake with Views, and Tyler Sturgill with something.
Wasn't it like Steven Seagal or
Yeah,
something?
it's Tyler Sturgill with Center of the Earth or something. I don't know. That's not even close. concept album.
Yeah.
About Center of the Earth.
I don't know that guy. Is he popular?
Sturgill Simpson. He's like some country dude.
See?
Came out of nowhere. A Sailor's Guide to Earth. Oh, it wasn't far off. Center of the Earth.
Yeah, one more, right?
I just have a problem. Like, they're always going to pick the most popular stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. You know?
This stuff that's
Swallow the Sun probably wouldn't be up there with fucking Adele.
No.
Competing for Album of the Year. I get it. But, I don't know.
She had like 2 songs on that album.
I just feel like for the Grammys, it's supposed to be a little bit more all-encompassing of music. They should represent things a little bit better, but...
Like, I tried to listen to 25, and there's like 2 songs, well, maybe like 3 songs, and the rest are just kind of weird. They don't really work, but...
They don't jive.
3 songs can win you Album of the Year. 2 songs can win you Album of the Year.
Well, I mean, how many songs did they really play off Drake's album?
Played a couple.
Because didn't he win a bunch of awards there, too?
Oh, he won nothing.
Nobody likes beeps.
Views.
No, not...
Yeah, his
Beeps,
views
Drake.
was
Drake.
of the people winning awards. That was what his views were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna beat
Beyonce,
the
though.
shit out of me.
It's her new album.
Let's hope I never run into Drake.
Drunken Love. You guys heard that song?
No,
I haven't
that's,
heard
the last
no,
album.
that's off of the last album, I'm pretty sure.
With Jay-Z.
Yeah.
That
Every time I think of that song, I just think of
it was
Will
Hotline
Ferrell
Bling.
doing
It was,
doing it on whatever Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, or whatever that show's called.
who?
Will Ferrell did the lip sync battle. Wolf
Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. He did a Drunken Love, and he kind of did the whole from the whole music video, and you're like, oh my god,
Wolf
Dude.
Ferrell.
I looked those lyrics up. They make no fucking sense.
No.
Something about staring at my fatty, and fucking then Jay-Z comes in and he's like, "This shit is the shit if I do say so myself. If I do say so myself."
Or something.
No, what's the one on the lines? Breastises for breakfast.
Pussy for breakfast. I thought is what it was.
Breast for breakfast. Fuck,
He
dude.
says something like, "There's no time to fucking take the drawers off, pull the panties to the side." Like, oh boy,
Yeah, man. They're ready to fuck.
yeah. We be
It's
all
hard to
night.
understand.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's... Honestly, I try to listen to some of that, but I just can't fucking stand it. Because
Beyonce hasn't been as good the last couple albums, I don't think. Personal experience.
The internet would disagree.
Yeah. You know, fuck the internet.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck the internet.
their opinions don't matter, only ours do.
All right now.
New
Right
music, quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll get out
Oh,
of this
my
shit.
opinion don't fucking matter. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about half the time.
Battle Beast with Bringer of Pain. This is that band with that fucking King for a Day jam that I showed
Battle
you.
Queef.
I'm gonna say some sort of thrash.
That's like power.
It's like heavy metal. This shit's fucking weak as hell. But whatever.
Oh.
It's weak.
Sad.
Duel.
Very sad.
Bing Bing. Next up is Duel with Here
Duel?
Now.
Like
There,
D-U-E-L or
then.
D-U-A-L?
DOOL.
Duel.
Duel.
Wow. Well,
With
fucking
here,
hard asses.
Here Now, There Then.
Is that
I'm gonna say progressive.
hardcore?
Time metal. I don't know. Time and a place.
Dark rock.
Shit in my face.
Dark rock.
Dark
I don't
rock.
know.
Don't know what dark rock
I-
is.
Maybe
It's like
not
light
quite.
rock, but dark.
It's an actual dark rock.
That's all it is. It's just you just put
Yeah.
put it in the sound booth and just capture nature, man.
Eden Bridge with the Great Momentum.
It
Heavy
just
metal?
sounds like generic. I don't know.
No, we say hard rock in general. That sounds like a hard
go
rock
with hard rock as well.
Progressive or something.
Power metal. It's okay. I was a little bored listening to it. Horseneck with Heavy Trip.
Horse neck. Death metal.
Well, no, grindcore.
Rim job.
Yeah, rip job metal. Stoner. I don't even know how to pronounce this next one, so I'm just going to skip it. I don't give a fuck.
Black metal.
In parentheses, it was black metal. In parentheses, waning. with their album Still Ours.
Moon metal.
Progressive.
Post-metal / shoegaze. Do you know what shoegaze is? I've never
Yoshida?
really understood it.
Sort of. It's like a genre of music where it's just like people are always looking down, like when they're playing, so they're looking at their shoes.
Okay. What'd you say?
You said what shoegaze, and I was like, Yoshida?
Oh. That's not even funny. Zayabala with Diablo kind of more adios. I think it's
melodic death.
Bad hombre metal.
Death metal.
That was close.
/ hardcore. Black Sights with Monochrome.
Black Sights, Monochrome, thrash.
Alternative metal.
Fuck. Black Sights was like, I was thinking of the sights of a gun. Like,
A Breach of Silence with Secrets.
Is that hardcore?
Deathcore.
Metalcore.
Damn.
I'm close.
Secrets.
Crystal Viper with Queen of the Witches.
That's
Power metal?
I'm gonna say thrash.
Yeah, power.
Heavy metal.
Ah.
Damn.
Crystal Viper.
Ember Falls with Welcome to Ember Falls.
Rock. Or hard
Industrial.
rock.
Ember Falls.
Alternative metal. Ghost Iris with Blind World.
Death metal.
Well, yeah, death metal.
Ray
Metal.
Charles metal. Blind World. Get it?
Or
Metal.
No, I didn't get it.
Or
Can you
what's-
explain it one more time?
Ray Charles is blind.
who's
I
Or,
can't
Stevie-
see your explanation.
Stevie Wonder metal?
He can't see. Has those glasses on. He's blind.
Jagged Visions with Death in This World.
Black
Jagged
metal.
Vision.
Deathcore.
Not quite Ray Charles, but getting there. Metal.
Stoner. Holy shit. A Killer's Confession with Unbroken.
Ray Charles kill anyone?
Alternative
So
metal?
go for the three-peat?
O.J. Simpson metal.
Yeah. I'll say, I don't know. Maybe
The Juice.
Ray Charles maybe killed someone. He just didn't
Juice.
see.
New metal.
The Juice.
The Juice.
I did.
Lorna Shore with what's it?
The fuck
Fucking
are they?
album.
Aren't they
Like fucking
Aren't they some sort of like progressive?
God. Why am I
weird
blanking
shit?
on their
Okay,
album
then.
name? I don't know. They're deathcore. I was listening to this album and I was like, bored. Out of my mind. Anyways, Sunlight's Bane with the Blackest Volume, like all the earth was buried.
Oh, that just
Oh, yes.
Black and Death.
That would be black metal.
post metal or something like that?
Black.
I'm just hearing something like Death Heaven or something.
Yeah,
like that.
black metal / grindcore.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering what would break fast.
2 more. Vermilion Whiskey with Spirit of Tradition.
Vermilion.
Million whiskey.
I'm gonna
Redneck.
go
Is
with
it folk?
Southern metal,
I want to go folk.
Hard rock.
slam.
yeah.
I don't know what's that called? Groove metal.
Yeah.
Come on.
Last
inside,
one.
And welcome to the jam.
The Wild! Exclamation point. With Wild at Heart.
Is this alternative?
No,
I'm
what
gonna say
is it?
progressive.
I'm picturing something like Motley Crue or something like that.
Potentially heavy metal.
Okay.
I can see that.
Wild at heart.
That's it. Not the best of weeks, but it's okay.
Yeah.
There's some stuff next week. Go listen to Battle Beast and just go. Feel a little weird inside. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I remember.
I
now.
feel more comfortable listening to like fucking Backstreet Boys than Battle Beast.
Yeah, wrong with this
Fucking
one.
Backstreet Boys or just the Backstreet?
I would not fuck the Backstreet
Yeah.
Boys. If you had to be in an orgy with either NSYNC or Backstreet Boys,
Oh,
who
fuck.
would you take?
Oh fuck.
NSYNC because they have more money.
I'll go with
Maybe
NSYNC.
maybe I could sue them or
Yeah,
something.
I'll go with NSYNC because of Justin Timberlake.
JT.
NSYNC's a pretty good band.
And
Justin Timberlake has a lot of money, so I could sue him or something.
Yeah.
and you really didn't hear about things going
I
to.
don't know if I could sue him, but I'll find a way.
But
You really didn't hear about things going to shit with the members of NSYNC like you did with the members of the Backstreet Boys.
I feel like the members of the Backstreet Boys fuck a little harder though.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Like they're probably into weird like shit.
Yeah.
Like gaping.
Dude, you want to go home and gape later?
Or ball busting.
Yeah, let's go. You guys want to gape when this video is done?
No.
No?
I thought you were gonna say gay stuff.
No.
That's probably true.
Anyway, you can subscribe, and as a matter of fact, you should subscribe for more quality shit like this.
You hear talk about the Backstreet Boys and whether or not they're gay.
Yeah, let's make a video
Some of
on
them
that,
are.
TMZ style.
I'm fine.
So I heard the Backstreet Boys are gay. Allegedly.
Hey.
That's not even relevant anymore. That's something that people would talk about like 15 years ago.
Yeah, I remember talking about that 15 years ago.
Yeah, Backstreet Boys are gay.
Wrong.
They make a lot of money.